Hi there, folks. I'm Grant Stinchfield. Welcome to Carry Guard Daily. When you are faced with a criminal hurling himself at you, you only have seconds to react. I talked about those precious few seconds with former Secret Service agent Dan Bongino recently.
What's faster, action or reaction? Well, action, of course. In other words, if I'm going to mug you in the streets, I know in advance what I'm going to do. You obviously don't, or you wouldn't be there. You'd cross the street and leave. So my action is always going to be quicker and more thought out than your response. You have milliseconds. You're right. You do have milliseconds, which is a division of a second. You could be dead like that if you don't react the proper way.
I actually put that to the test. So, I told you I went through this Carry Guard training, and it was really a great 3 days to learn how to protect yourself. And they did an exercise where they had the trainer, who was a Navy SEAL, stand side by side with me, and they got the timer out. And as soon as the timer went off, I was required to draw, fire, and hit center mass of a target. He, as soon as the timer went off, took off sprinting. Do you know, for me, it was just maybe a second or two. He got about 7 yards in the 2.5 seconds that it took me to draw and fire. 7 yards. That's a long way. I mean, if anybody out there, look across your office right now and count out 7 yards. That's a long way, and it's 2.5 seconds to draw and fire. And it goes to your point that if they have you to react after they acted, man, you only have milliseconds.
Right. I mean, think about this, right? Go to your phone, whatever kind of phone you have, iPhone or whatever. You're going to have a stopwatch feature. Hit the button quickly as you can. In other words, start and stop. You're going to see most human beings, their reaction time on something as silly, Grant, as stopping a stopwatch or hitting a button is about a 1/16 of a second. If you're super fast, you can probably get it down to a 1/9 of a second or something like that if you're really good. That's doing something like hitting a button that requires no thought. Now, all of a sudden, you're walking down the street, you're headed to a movie with your spouse, your kids, your friend, whatever it may be. Some rando shows up in the middle of the street with a crowbar and says, "Give me your wallet," and threatens to hit one of your kids. A 1/16 of a second if you're lucky. It probably takes you 30 seconds to process the danger you're in. One quick thing on this too, Grant. I had a similar experience in a training environment in the Secret Service. We used to do this drill. We had a room in the basement of this control tactics building that was pitch black. It had no windows. They would seal off everything, so there was not a sliver or crack of light coming in from anywhere, from a hallway. You would go in that room, and they would turn the light on, and the scenario was different every time. It could be everything from an aided case, you're just helping someone who fell on the floor, to two full-grown, I mean, we had some big guys in that control tactics session who would just bum rush you and put you on the floor. I'm telling you, it takes a good 5 to 10 seconds to process how to handle it, and another probably 5 to 10 seconds on how to respond.
Thanks for joining us for Carry Guard Daily. Watch tomorrow at 1:30 Eastern for your next episode. I'm Grant Stinchfield. Thanks for watching.